and I suggest a movie night. So when we get to the room, she asks which bed is mine. I say the one on the left. And then she, voila, I'm talking about in it. This might be the most embarrassing video of my entire life.
Are you sure?
Well, yeah.
Sir, you have videos of you wearing a wig.
Well, I meant in my personal life.
How can it get more embarrassing than that?
You'll see. So this is one of my most personal videos. It talks about my love life, or the lack thereof. But I'm trying to profit this pain, so let's go. So as y'all may know, I'm a college student, and overall my love life is, yeah, that's it. It just is. Despite my very attractive face, personality, and other great traits, I remain homeless. Or should I say, for the ladies out there, I don't have a girlfriend.
I guess being humble isn't one of those great traits.
Yes, it is, actually, because this girl brought me up to the clouds just to ruin it with 7 minutes. I swear this will make more sense at the end of the story.
You didn't even start the story.
In order for this story to make sense, I gotta put you in my shoes to where I was. So let's flash back to January. I was just beginning second spring semester of my freshman year, and I recently made a New Year's resolution where I would focus on my creative endeavors like this channel instead of girls. But the first girl that showed me attention, I immediately folded. So I was hanging out with my friend, I'll call her A. I was at A's apartment complex, which was across the street from my dorm. And we was upstairs, we was on the 5th floor with our friend T. We was visiting our friend T, and as soon as we leave to go from T's place, we go on the elevator, and on the elevator we run into A's friend C, who was going to the same floor as us to go visit his friends. And this caused a whole mini play argument between A and C, because A stays down the hall from C's friends, but C didn't come visit A, but that's not relevant to the story. So fast forward a few minutes, we at C's friend's apartment, and this guy Jay opens the door. And Jay's actually a pretty cool guy, side note. I'm still cool with him. Like, we talk every once in a while. He goes to go talk to his friends while me and Abe talk to Jay at the door. And one girl walks out. I say, hey, because you know Southern hospitality, and I'm smooth with it.
On with the story, bum.
Anyway, after this happens, after that girl comes back and forth, then another one comes out, and I do the same thing. And this is when C comes back to the door. And I should add some context. C is gay. Nothing's wrong with that. But he had asked me, do I like guys? And I'm like, nah. But I can't even be too mad at that. I'm not gonna lie, because a good amount of our friends thought I was when they met me, until they got to know me and they realized I wasn't. I mean, it can still be kind of a sore spot, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're all people. We all have different quirks and stuff like that. Oh my God, this video is getting way too personal. I think I'd rather wear a wig again.
Would you?
I'm going to kick you out. Anyway, so after that, C says my friend B thinks you're handsome.
He's not being subtle with that nickname at all.
Don't make me come over to
finish.
And I was like, the second one, real fast. And because I'm gonna be honest, I would say I was really attracted to the second one. Like, she was really my type. And if you're wondering what my type is, man, I like pretty girls. That's all I gotta say. But like, I want to be able to stare at you all day type. And God was on my side with this one, because turns out the first girl was dating Jay, the guy at the door. Like, I really dodged a big missile with that one. Like, that would have been really awkward. So me and B exchanged Instagrams. And keep in mind, we didn't actually talk face to face. We talked through C. Like, this was middle school. That should have been my first red flag. So after that, I walk A to her apartment, and then I go to my room. And I'm really excited. I'm like, this fine girl wants me. Like, I'm not gonna reveal B's identity because I'm not like messy like that. But I will say she was a pretty light skin. That should have been my second red flag. I had to call my best friend and tell him because it's like a sad, long running joke amongst us is that I get no play and I'm always single. But obviously, like she couldn't know that. I had to let her know that I'm really playing with it. Like I get girls. Like I get like I'm not new to this. I'm like I get girls. But for reference, this is I don't know where it's gonna be at, but like this is what I was looking like that day. So I'm like I'm wearing the same shirt if you couldn't tell, but I did that on purpose, obviously. But yeah, so that's what I was looking like. Man, look at him, looking good, looking sexy, looking scrumptious.
I wonder what happened.
As soon as this video ends, I'm fighting you, I swear.
I'll be waiting. You think I'm scared of you? This guy.
So I decided on two things. I wouldn't be texting her until the morning because I'm not desperate. So I decided on two things. I wouldn't be texting her until the morning because I'm not desperate.
He is totally desperate and easy.
Hey.
It was the wind.
Sure. And I wouldn't really let any of my friends know because I feel like when you tell too many people your business, it doesn't pan out well, especially when it comes to like girls. So I failed at that, obviously. I told like 4 of my friends. But later on, well, I already failed and told 1. Just because I don't follow my own rules doesn't mean they shouldn't be established. The morning comes and I don't text her.
This is why you get no hoes. Doing stuff like this.
No, because I texted her that evening. When I was at the mall with my friends for my friend Narika's birthday. So now one of the hardest parts of this video was like looking through the text and breaking down what we actually talked about. Turns out I did not get her name that night. I got it. I asked her what her name was. And I asked her how her day was, and she said it's going pretty good. She said she didn't even know I was 18. I told her that I turned 19 in June, and she said she's turned 21 in July.
You dropping this in July is funny. Was it intentional?
You know, it wasn't planned like that.
Yeah, because you procrastinate too much.
I didn't hear that.
You procrastinate too much.
I'm dealing with a cool girl. Ooh. So I asked her how old did she think I was when she saw me, and she was like at least 20. You know, I can't even be too mad at that. People don't think I'm my age. People thought I was an adult when I was a teenager. I'm still a teenager, but like when I was a minor. So I asked a hard-hitting question. Is she looking for a relationship or just someone to talk to? And she said she's looking for a serious relationship. So I'm like, we locked in. Like, we got the same, we on the same wavelength. You get me? After that, she asked if I wanted to hang out later. And obviously I'm like, yeah.
Because you easy.
Yeah, and grass is green. And another green flag, she asked me what was like early/too late for me. And I'm in shock and awe at this point. Like, did I find my future wife? Like, and then we ended up agreeing for 8 as she had just gone off of work. And she asked, am I clingy? And I told her, nah, not really.
I know.
Time with other people, but I have other things to do with my life. And I know that other people do as well.
Now, this is a cry.
She questions it and teases me and says that it's okay to say that I am. And I told her that I might be a little bit clingy, like just a little bit. Now, this next part should have been blaring red flags. She said this. I'm terrified. Why? I'm at the grocery store with my friends off campus, a couple of minutes away from my dorm. This wouldn't be the first time that I had a visitor in my room, but this is a very different situation because the first girl I had in my room, visitor, I guess I'll say, we were already talking for a couple of weeks and we were very well acquainted with each other.
Whore.
Not like that. I was with my 2 friends, Lalitha and H. If you're familiar with my voice video, then you know Lalitha, who plays Kiara. Lalitha knew because I told her after she said she was coming over. But H didn't know, which is why I didn't mention his name, as he didn't find out until months later. So we get back to campus and we go to my dorm to go drop off my groceries and they head back to their dorm. But I'm so nervous, I I was so nervous. I literally ran out the room and followed behind them. Mind you, it's not like they were in the hallway and I ran behind them. They were not even in my dorm. They were like on leaving my dorm, walking up the steps to go to another dorm. And I ran, like, I don't know if I ran down the steps. I think I ran down the steps. And I live on the third floor, mind you. I ran down 3 flights of stairs and ran to them and was just acting all weird and nervous. And Lolita was like looking at me because she knew that I was having someone to my room. She's like, Ahmad, what are you doing here? Like, right. And then she sent me away, as she should. She sent me back to my room. So I go back to my room and I'm having, it was bad. I go back to my room and it's messy and I just feel like everything is just like going wrong. I don't really know how to, and I'm on the verge of having a mental breakdown.
Also, your phone was dying and your charger was broken. Yeah, you was having a rough night.
That was a bad time for me. So I called my friend Jersey and I called her. I was like, help me, help me. I'm like, are you in the dorm? Like, I need your help. So I needed to charge my phone. So she helped me clean my room while I charged my phone. And I called my friend Makai. I'm only saying his name because he's going to be in a future video. He was being a fatback and was coming to my side of campus because the Popeyes is right there. So he decided to stop at my dorm. He's relevant to the story later on. So he was a great addition to the story. So after Jersey helps me clean up and organize our room real quick, she gave me some advice from, like, a woman's perspective, and I was really grateful for that. So thank you, Jersey. None of this would have happened without you. And what Makai adds to the story is later on, like, he's able to bring that guy energy and just like help me like with the cologne and putting it in the right spot, pulse points. He's also the only person I'll let read the text between us, and he said that he liked her. Y'all don't know Makai like I do, but it is very hard to get him to like people. Like, actually, like to actually be like, oh, they're cool. So this is like great. Like, I needed that. And like he was saying that she was like direct and very intentional, which she was. I'll give her credit for that, and credit for that alone. Like, that's all I'll give her. So after that, she texts me that she's on the way, and Makai runs out the room while I go grab her. So now, the moment of truth. A weekend of build-up just for this moment. When we're walking up the stairs, we talking, and she said that she was tired from work and she just wanted to relax. So I'm like, cool, and I suggest a movie night. So when we get to the room, she asks which bed is mine. I say the one on the left. And then she, voila, I'm talking about in it. And then I learned her middle name.
Obviously, disclaimer, he's joking. Nothing like that happened. Because he's a loser.
Yeah, we didn't even get in my bed. Again, I only knew her for a day. I may be easy, but I'm not that easy.
Yes, you are that easy.
I had a little setup with 2 chairs and the TV. So to my friends that I had lied to in the dining hall, I lied to you, and I don't regret it. So I asked her what like movie genre she wanted to watch, and she said horror movies. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like horror movies like that.
Baby.
Get Out. I like dark comedies and stuff like The Babysitter. So when it came to the horror scene, I let her pick the movie. She had picked some random indie horror movie. It wasn't even the most important thing of the night. But another thing, I had asked her what like color did she want that DVD lights. So like in my room, in my dorm, I would ask my friends, like friends, visitors, whoever, if they were in my room, I was like, oh, like what color you want the light to be? And like, no, what color? And I would pick the color based off what they said. That's a hospitality thing, I guess. So when a commercial comes on, I start like, fast forward the movie playing, and then I ask her, like when a commercial comes on, I like ask her where she from, trying to get to know her, because again, this is our first actual interaction together. And I find out she's from New Orleans. But she's from the East.
She's from the East? You didn't kick her out immediately? This man had a death wish.
Looking back, that should have been the biggest red flag. But don't worry, it gets worse. So while we're talking, she says something that throws me for a loop. She said she doesn't like people talking too much, and that it nags her. How the are we supposed to get to know each other if we don't talk to each other? I need me a yapper. We need to yap sometimes. Like, but also, how are we supposed to learn about each other? Through telepathy?
Ooh, or osmosis.
Good option.
Yeah.
But then it gets worse. I'm watching a movie and I look in my peripheral vision. I see my peripheral vision. This hoe is texting somebody on her phone. This hoe not on her phone while we watching the movie. And I'm fighting the urge to bat the piss out her. America and the rest of the world. I would never hit a woman unless she hit me first. She's texting someone and then asks if my building allows pets or not. And I don't really remember what I said specifically, but it wasn't a clear yes or no. I don't really remember. So I don't question her about it because I don't really know her too well. So I'm just staring at her in my peripheral vision. Like, I know this one not on her phone. Then it gets weirder. She's like going between watching the movie and like on her phone, like putting the phone up. Like, so I'm like, okay, that's weird. She doesn't want to talk and she's not really paying attention to the movie. So then she like says her roommate needs help with her cat. So she says, I'll be back. But this is where she says the infamous lie. I'll be back in 7 minutes. So I'm like, cool. Like, we're going to be good to go. She'll be back. And she said, so I'm thinking she coming back. And I get on my phone. I don't know why I was on my phone, but I get on my bed and I'm looking at my phone. I was on Instagram. And then I just like, look. She had posted a story earlier that day. And I think I watched it. You want to know how I know? I slide to the conversation because I think someone had texted me. And then I look and I just see like there's no story. Like when you watch someone's story in the conversation, you would still see like this ring around it, but there was no ring. It was just profile. So I'm like, huh, that's weird. And I click the profile and I see this. Weird. Why am I blocked? Mind you, she had posts on there. She had like 6, and she had posted that day. I'm glad I didn't like that picture. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't like that. But if I did, I would have took that like back. But then she unfollowed me and then removed me as a follower. So she unblocked me. I guess there's a win. That means I still have a chance, don't it, guys? I'm joking, obviously. I don't want her. But yeah, I didn't text her. I ain't do nothing. I left it how it is. Why? You never gonna catch me chasing a girl like that, especially if she does something that egregious. Like, some people may think I'm like very forgiving, and I am to an extent. But why would I ever talk to you again after you did something like that? Why would I want you? All I can say is you never gonna catch me doing. Please take me back. I don't care. And then 7 minutes pass, and then 10 minutes pass. No text, no nothing. So I'm assuming she left for good and she's not coming back. Yeah. Happens to the best of us, right, guys?
You know, see, me personally, I wouldn't let that happen to me.
You know we're the same person, right?
Wait, what?
I'm so glad that guy's gone. Oh my God. He was annoying me. So the first thing I do after that is call my guy Makai because I told him I would call him after it was over. And then I tell him the bad news. And then I go over to his dorm and tell him the story and all that. Then we go to the market to buy some food so I can fill up the empty hole in my heart and stomach. The end.
God, that was sad. Yeah, I revived myself just to see that.
You're me.
What? Oh no.
Make sure you stay after the intro to first little surprise. So the moral of the story is find someone that is the best match for you. And looking back, we weren't really a great match for each other. I need a yapper and she clearly did. So it's no hard feelings for her personally. That's why I didn't like really trash on her too much. I might be lying, but I don't think I trashed on her that much. But she should have communicated how she felt instead of running away. And she did not help y'all girls from the East case. If y'all want more stories from my love life or just my life in general, just let me know. Make sure you, and I cannot wait to share with you more videos that I have for this summer. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, right, I didn't forget. Make sure you send your confessions down in the Google form, link down below in the comment and the description, and a community post as well. And always remember, a day without laughter is a day wasted. Peace out, y'all.
2,000 years later.
Hey! Hello? Is anybody here? Is anybody here? I said I was going back in 7 minutes. Huh. Where is it? What's going on?